Hi, it's Johnny. This is a Madonna reaction for Patreon. This is Die Another Day. I'm going to do the music video, but I'm going to start with the audio just in case the video is too distracting. I think someone advised me to do that. So, yeah, audio first, then video. Let's go.
I'm gonna wake up, yes and no. I'm gonna kiss some part of, I'm gonna keep this secret. I'm gonna close my body now. Kiss, die, another day. Kiss, die, another day. Kiss, die, another day. Kiss, die, another. I guess I'll die another day. Another day. Guess I'll die another day. Another day. Guess I'll die another day.
This is good.
Sigmund Freud. Analyze this. Analyze this. Analyze this. I'm gonna break the cycle. I'm gonna shake up the system. I'm gonna destroy my ego. I'm gonna close my body now. I think I'll find another way. There's so much more to know. I guess I'll die another day. It's not my time to go. For every sin I'll have to pay. A time to work, a time to play. I think I'll find another way. It's not my time to go.
Yeah, this is mighty impressive. Great strings too.
I'm gonna avoid the cliche. I'm gonna suspend my senses. I'm gonna delay my pleasure. I'm gonna close my body now. I guess I'll die another day. 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 I think I'll find another way. There's so much more to know. I guess I'll die another day. It's not my time to go. I need to lay down.
I Need to Lay Down is a great bit. That's a really good bit. It was a banger anyway, but wow. What an absolute banger. I didn't realise it was from that album actually, American Life. I might have to not do any more from that. I think I was going to do Love Profusion. I might change that because I do want to actually react to this album start to finish, and at this rate I'll have heard half of it by the time I get there. What a song! Mia Wace and Madonna writing, producing that one. I noticed a guy called Michel Colombier did the strings. He's probably famous for lots of stuff. What jumped out at me is he worked with Serge Gainsbourg on the Bonnie and Clyde album. That's iconic for me. I think he did the strings or like arranged that one. Worked with the Beach Boys as well in the early 70s, so that stuff jumped out at me. I think he also did Don't Tell Me with Madonna, so interesting guy that she's collaborated with there, because those strings were anything but retro. That was so modern. Obviously Mia Wace and Madonna's production on that one was crazy. What you get with those Mia Wace collaborations, from what I can tell, is that he likes to take, whatever's been recorded and distort it, mess with it. There's stopping and starting. You're never quite sure where you are with the rhythm, the beat. Obviously she's involved in all those decisions too, and it's driven by her. But, I think Mia Wace gives you that sound that I've never heard with any other Madonna song. Obviously there's, treatment on the vocals. I don't know if you call it vocoder or auto-tune or whatever you want to call it, They've taken a Madonna vocal and messed with it. That's not going to be to everyone's tastes. To me, that's even better than the song American Life. I like the way that went, and I thought that was a banger too. But this one, I mean, it's just full on, non-stop. The strings were incredible. I suppose what is missing that American Life had would be like guitar, contemplative moments, quiet bits. This was just full on. Now, what I will say is, if I didn't know that was called Die Another Day, there's no way I would say that's a Bond song. It doesn't sound like one at all. Any of the other ones, like Adele, her one especially, had some strings that really sounded like the Bond theme. Lots of them have that Bond quality. I often think that when you agree to do a Bond song, they send you a letter with like, use this chord, and have this sequence of notes. Then you've got a Bond song. Now, from what I've read, she was a bit indecisive about doing one because everyone wants to do a Bond song, therefore she doesn't want to do it, she wants to be different. So she took it and then did it in her own way. Now, I haven't read anything that suggests that was an awkward move from her, because from what I can tell, she worked quite closely with them. I think they gave her some notes like, actually, this doesn't sound Bond enough and you need to retitle it or stuff like that. So she did make some concessions. But if I didn't know there was a Bond film called Die Another Day, I would just think, well, that's a pretty good Madonna song. So let's see the video. I'm aware that it's not one with lots of clips of the movie. From what I can tell, this is one that's like her own take on some of the themes, or it's just her own thing. So let's just find out. By the way, I haven't seen the movie. I quite like some Bond films, but since GoldenEye, the Pierce Brosnan trajectory apparently had a bit of a drop-off. I just didn't get around to seeing a few of those. They're okay. They're decent films, but, I'm not like a fanatic or anything. So no attachment to this from a James Bond point of view. Just want to see a good Madonna video. Let's go.
I'm gonna wake up, yes and no. I'm gonna kiss some part of. I'm gonna keep this secret. I'm gonna close my body now. Kiss, die, another day. Kiss, die, another day. Kiss, die, another day. Kiss, die, another. I guess I'll die another day. 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 Sigmund Freud. Analyze this. Analyze this. Analyze this.
Julie Madonna.
I'm gonna break the cycle. I'm gonna shake up the system. I'm gonna
Wow,
destroy
okay.
my
This is good.
ego. I'm gonna close my body now. I think I'll find another way. There's so much more to go. I guess I'll die another day. It's not my time to go. For every sin I'll have to pay. I've done to work, I've done to play. I think I'll find another way. It's not my time to go.
This is so intense with James Bond video. That's a Jewish thing, isn't it? That's a Jewish thing. This is fucking crazy. No way she's gone. No way. Okay, I need to look up what that is. Who the fuck was that? Who's that guy? She doesn't do anything by halves, does she? That guy on the screen is the guy we got almost like a subliminal shot of. Don't know who that is. Maybe that's the director, maybe that's someone from the movie, don't know. That was the most intense and violent thing I've ever seen related to James Bond. They're pretty violent films, to be fair, but the fact that this is from the American Life album, a couple of years after 9/11, the Afghanistan war is in full effect. This is probably after the Abu Ghraib torture stuff came out as well, isn't it? Halfway through this, I'm wondering, is this actually anything to do with James Bond? Is this just superficially a James Bond song? But actually it's part of American life, it's talking about the war, torture, military power, excess, all that stuff. It just seems to fit in exactly with that American Life video. You just play this after that one and it just makes sense. You'd watch it going, what's all the fencing about? I'm guessing that's from the Bond film. Lots of other stuff in that scene, there were like props. You had the guy with the metal teeth, you had a harpoon gun, like this stuff I recognise from Bond films, but superficial to me. To me, that's actually one about state power, torture, coercion, all that stuff. Now, what is the other imagery she's playing with? Okay, so I just read the wiki page, which I won't regurgitate back to you, but from the sounds of it, she got in trouble with, let's say, the Jewish authorities, like certain people high up in the Jewish faith, for some of her references in that video. So the three letters, I can't remember the details now, but it becomes a word for God. The tape on the arm, I think it's called tefillin, if that's how you pronounce it. Now, apparently that got her in trouble because that's more for Jewish males to do than for females. I think the fact that she was a female doing it was even more offensive to them. Now, let's not wade too deeply into this. Now, what I'd suggest is that she's probably thought about this long and hard, and I've been thinking about it for 3 minutes. I'm certainly not going to come to any judgment. The fact that what she did upset people because she was a female doing it, even if that wasn't the point, that's a pretty good byproduct, I think. I think it's okay to offend people for certain reasons. Now, if you're Jewish and watching this and I'm completely talking shit, let me know. And if I'm just being wildly offensive and really stupid, then please let me know. Or please just give me the benefit of the doubt that this is just coming off the top of my head and I don't really know what I'm talking about. So with all that in mind, where I stand on this is, if Madonna or anyone else goes into a music video thinking, right, I'm going to be anti-Semitic, I do hate Jews, and I'm planning to really offend them, I'm not a big supporter of that. That's not for me. If she uses her wit and intelligence as an artist, she does what she does, and she offends some Jewish people for dumb patriarchal reasons, then that's less of a problem for me. I'm kind of fine with that. That to one side, I think, great song, great Bond song, doesn't really sound like one even with a video. I mean, I like the fact there are some elements of Bond in there, obviously. You've got, you know, her down the barrel of the gun, you've got lots of stuff from the Bond film, so it's fun, like it's a good thing. But I can imagine some people watching that feeling very uneasy and not quite knowing why. But if they just flick the channel over to the news, they might see what she's really talking about, what's actually going on. Have I really overthought this? Am I on the wrong track? let me know. Thanks for watching. See you soon. Bye.
I realized then and there that if you are going to stick your neck out and fight for the rights of people who are feared or misunderstood or different, you better be ready for the lies, the bullying, the bullshit, the gossip, the hatred, and the abuse.
You're right. But she carried on. She didn't stop.